Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Episode 9, Road to the Draft, live reaction. So as I was making some videos for this morning, Steven Nelson did sign with the Texans. That really didn't take too long. I didn't think it was going to happen that easily. But looks like Steven Nelson did sign with the Texans on a 2-year, $10 million deal, which he was only $5 million a year, which Eagles didn't even really pay that much. He got maybe a little bit. I think the Eagles paid $4 million for Steven Nelson for the year last year, so he got an extra $1 million for the next extra $2 million for the next 2 years, whatever it is. An extra $1 million, I should say, for the next 2 years, which isn't bad. You know what I mean? I didn't think. I'm actually kind of surprised, to be honest with you. So it looks like the Eagles are going another direction at cornerback, which that's what it looks like. Yeah. I mean, other than that, we've been kind of just waiting in the wait game with Tyrann Mathieu. It looks like I did see a tweet the other day about the Rams having interest. I forgot who else. I know the Rams have interest right now. It's been kind of crazy. I'm always on time. What's going on, Joey? What's going on, man? Pathetic, keep doing great work. Appreciate it, Ron. Mr. Shakes, how you doing, brother? Love these afternoon streams. I appreciate it, Ron. Thank you so much, dude. Just will Joey be on time? Always on time. Always on time. You know me, I'm always on time. Nick said, let's go. What's going on, Nick? You'll have the draft is major success. We get Davis and Williams, then get a cornerback in the second. Yeah, look, I don't know if they're going wide receiver in the first, but I mean, I wouldn't put it past them because they've done nothing for this offense. I wouldn't put it past them at all. Josh is, yes, Joey's on time. What was that? Only with 500, I'm not on time. It's either he's on time or I'm not on time. So it's kind of, it goes back and forth. Most of the time, that's how it goes. It goes back and forth. Ryan says, what up, Joey? What's going on, Ryan? Paul says, Joey, I heard Howie stepping down, become president, GM of the Philadelphia Flyers. Don't we all wish? What's the Joey? We don't know yet, but Hurts will be great. I mean, dude, I hope he's successful this year. I hope he is successful this year. There's nothing more that I want than Jalen Hurts to be successful. Really, I really do. At the end of the day, I really want him to be successful, and let me put this. Let me try to put this stream up right now. Yes. Eagles said, I'm happy Nelson is coming back. I didn't like him. I'd rather draft. Well, no, I'd rather draft a corner too. I mean, I was actually shocked how fast Steven Nelson actually signed because I don't think he was signed to the Eagles pretty much after the draft last year. So I was kind of a little surprised on that. Eagles probably didn't really show any, interest coming back to bring him back for a 1-year deal, which I'm kind of shocked, because they usually bring guys back like that. I mean, Slay didn't want him to leave either. I think they had a really good relationship. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, this is what happens, guys. I want to move on. I want a homegrown talent in Philadelphia. That's what I want. So, quarterback at DT seemed like almost locks the first round now between Nelson leaving and Cox on a farewell tour. Yeah, I agree, man. Cornerback and defensive tackle would be perfect for the first round, and that's pretty much what I want, whether it's going to be Jordan Davis, Devontae White, or whether you're getting Booth, you're trading up for Stingley or Sauce. I would like either or, so get the Honey Badger signed. We're going to find out. What's that tweet from yesterday? Let me see here. If I could find it real quick. It says, let's see. So 3 teams with the most interest. No, it's Rams, Eagles, Saints right now. So Rams, Eagles, Saints with those three teams. So Andrew said Joey's on time. We just early. Paul said there's likely won't be any significant moves till after the draft. Teams are holding on to these draft visits and tweaking their draft boards. So what is the rule to draft? So I heard about the pre-draft visit. So I think a week before the draft, you can't have any more pre-draft visits before a week before the draft. So I know this stops at a certain date. They can't have pre-draft visits the week of the draft. So I know there's rules to that. I definitely heard the other day, which I didn't even know. The week of the draft, you can't have pre-draft visits. Get off the white says, thanks for the great stream, Joey. I hope you have a great one today. Appreciate it, Gandalf. Thank you so much, man. What's going on, Sixers? I'll Joey on the way to work. Happy Cambodian New Year. Andrew says, I think I'd rather get cornerback in the first, get a guy like Pickens in the second. They could do that. I mean, from what it looks like, they brought Pickens on a pre-draft visit already. They could be looking to the second round for they could be looking for a cornerback, wide receiver in the second round. It just depends what they want to do. I haven't looked at any of the quarterbacks next year, Michael, so I really don't know. I mean, I've heard Bryce Young. I heard that guy Caleb, not Caleb. I think Caleb Williams. I think another guy people have been talking about. The Eagles fan said, "What up, Shake? What's going on, man?" Six says, "Did Steven?" Yeah, so Steven Nelson did sign with the Texans. I was actually kind of shocked it happened that quick. He visited the Texans a few days ago, and he already got a deal done with the Texans. So he signed a 2-year, $10 million deal. So he got $5 million a year, which really isn't that expensive at all. It's pretty cheap. DB said, I believe cornerback Mike Hughes is still a free agent. Ryan said, I heard news that most teams are retiring Matthews. Yeah, it's Rams, Eagles, Saints now. Yeah, Rams, Eagles, Saints. That's what I'm getting out of it right now. Eagles fan said, Nubs Nelson is coming back to the Eagles. They're drafting a cornerback. It may look like, I mean, they already brought Sauce, Andrew Booth, on some pre-draft visits so far. So it's a good sign, guys. It's a really good sign, but doesn't mean they're going to get these guys, but we'll see. We'll see. Sauce is going to go be a top 6 pick this year. I mean, if he goes past 6, I'd be shocked. Will says Eagles must want an upgrade. The speak was only 10 million. Yeah, dude, it was only 10 years, 10 million for 2 years for Steven Nelson. So he's gone. Michael says Steven Nelson got 2 years, 10 million. I guess Philly only wanted him for. Yeah, I guess so, man. Because it wouldn't shock me if they brought him back. You know what I mean? It wouldn't shock me if they brought Steven Nelson back at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Plus, Nelson was smart signing out for $5 million per season for his value. Would like you go down after the draft. Yeah, I guess maybe that would be the case. Maybe he didn't want to wait. Dave said, Joey, hope all's good. Way, bro. I'm in the Smoky Mountains today. Stop. Hey, appreciate it, dude. Dave. There's a Rams and Honey Badger. Come on, dude. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what's the report. That's the report right now. So the St. Louis, the LA Rams look like they have a lot of interest in Honey Badger right now. I'm telling you right now, the Eagles got to push for this. The Eagles got to push for this move. He'll pick the Rams. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I mean, I don't know how much money they have left. I mean, I would like to see the cap situation with the Rams right now. I mean, if there's something updated, I would like to see. Ronan said, Joey, I haven't been in here a while. Hey, so appreciate you coming back, Ronan. Who that do? What's going on, man? This says, how is the Rams are making these big signs or even being in talks for the big signs? How do they even have the money? They have a good GM, I guess. I don't know what the case is right now. And it's just how on earth do the Rams have cap for Honey Badger? Also, Steven Nelson got 2 years, 10 million. I guess filling one. Yo, Donnie, what's going on, man? Genoff says, I think we need defense tackle and cornerback in the first. We could draft John Mechie, wide receiver from Bama in the second round. He's a great route runner, has good speed too. And how does he look coming off his injury too is a whole nother thing as well. Eagles coach, we need to get a deal done with the Honey Badger. I still feel we should draft another safety if we get him. Paul said next week will be the most last week for those 30 draft visits. Most teams have had 12 to 20 visits so far, and then we'll have 5 to 10 next week. Okay. Man, I said, geez, do you all see how big Traylon Burks' hands are? Aaron says, sign a halfback draft class or McKinley day 3. And he says, Nelson game means you're definitely. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now. That's what I'm seeing right now. I said, your thoughts of how he got Jordan Davis, Stingley, and got Dotson in the second? I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it at all. If they got a defensive tackle cornerback in the first round and got a vertical threat in the second, Jahan Dotson, I'd be fine with that. I really like Jahan Dotson a lot. James says, nobody talking about John Mechie. Why not? I guess just coming off the injury, and I don't know. Maybe people think he's just all speed and no route running. You know what I mean? I don't know. Fred, Joey, how's it going? CJ Stroud. Oh, yeah, CJ Stroud's another name I've been hearing a lot, too, next year. So, Nelson going leads us to drafting a cornerback. Hope so, bro. I hope so. They also, Steven Nelson game absolutely means they're taking a DB in the draft. No way they think McPherson is going to slide. That was a plan since he was drafted. No, I don't think Tate Gowan and Zach McPherson are going to be in competition. I highly doubt it. I just don't. I don't know. To me, it's not enough. Like, McPherson's a 4th round pick out of Texas Tech, and I don't know. I think his tackling is really good. He gets off blocks. I mean, his tackling is probably A plus. I really liked his tackling in preseason last year, and his coverage is just I don't know. He's still a project right now. Tay Gowan, we're gonna see if he could shut himself up with his calling himself the Tom Brady of cornerback. So we'll see what Tay Gowan does. I'm actually excited to see what Tay Gowan could do. Maybe Tay Gowan could be a backup, cornerback on the outside if he can handle it. Rose says Trent McDuffie is a dog. I think Trent McDuffie's great when he plays on the inside, but as a man-to-man corner to be drafted in the first round, I just don't like Trent McDuffie for that aspect. If he dropped down to the second round, I think he'd be a good value, but for a first-round pick, not being able to play man-to-man corner, man-to-man coverage and being the best zone coverage corner, you're not drafting, McDuffie for that reason. You're drafting to be a man-to-man cornerback. Andrew Booth could play both. That's why I have him graded higher on my board. So, Miles said, I thought they said Rams would be able to sign much free agents since they want. Yeah, that's what they said. They said they turned the cap off after, a couple of weeks ago. So we'll see. Aaron says, has been anything new at Rager? If you watch the tape, did he create some separation deep? Hurts just couldn't get the ball there, hoping another team would take a shot on him. Oh no, I think Rager could have played a lot better. And it's not that, I think a lot of it was Rager's fault and the coaching staff's fault and Howie's fault probably. But I think Hurts did overthrow and underthrow some balls to him as well. But not saying it's all Jalen Hurts' fault too, because Rager's had some good opportunities. So I think it's on both sides. Junior says, Mox are not taking Linderbaum. No, I don't think so, man. I don't think Linderbaum. Look, I think if the Eagles can get him, if he drops in this draft second, third round, I see the Eagles snagging him up. Dan said, I think Sean Bradley's serviceable as a backup linebacker. Sure. I like him. He plays good special teams. He's a serviceable guy. But I think that's as far as he's really going. He can make plays. Bradley can make plays, and he's physical too. So I've always liked Sean Bradley. Let's go get Booth Jr. Is a possibility, bro. I think it's more of a possibility sitting at 18 to get Andrew Booth. I think it's a very big possibility. That's the Eagles are showing a lot of interest in first-round cornerbacks, wide receivers. Are you still we're going to get one of the – I think they are. I really think they are. Well, they brought in the first two visits they had were both Georgia defensive tackles and Devontae Wyatt and Jordan Davis. But would it shock me if they don't go trenches? Maybe a little bit. I think it would shock me if they don't get trenches in the first round, since how he said priority, top priority is getting to the quarterback. So I think Eagles are drooling out the mouth for Devontae Wyatt and Jordan Davis in the first round. If they don't get trenches, I'll be shocked. If they're both sitting there, I'll be shocked. Mudd says Nelson wasn't going to get a better deal anywhere. Yeah, probably not. Dave says everyone smashed the like button. Help, bro. Appreciate it, Dave. Thank you so much, man. Rowan Kill said Rams are going to suck. Is about 5-10 years. They're all old like Tampa. Right. So if the Rams get him, that means there's no such thing as a salary cap, and that's definitely true. Daniel Hall says I didn't even want Honey Badger. Dude clearly is just pawning other teams to go Saints to the bigger deal. You blind if you don't see that, man. Don't want to go anywhere but back home. Now that Casey is over. Yeah, I don't know. That could be the truth. That could be. He probably left the Saints to try to drive their price up if they want him that badly. Probably left on purpose. Didn't want to, get a deal done at that moment. So you have the Rams that I don't know how much more money they're going to be able to pay. The Eagles are, not high on cap space right now, but it doesn't really matter because if the Eagles want them, they'll get them. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. Eagle Slayer says, what up, Joey? I hope you're having a good – you too, Eagle Slayer. Yeah, having a great day, man. So Paul says, yeah, Rams are talking to cornerback Stephon Gilmore also is reported. Yeah, they're talking to Gilmore as well. I saw the news I thought that news a day or two ago. I don't know how the hell they're even going to afford – there's just no way. It's just crazy. BG says, I want corner and linebacker. Rodney says, Jalen Petre smoke money for drafting a safety. They could. Petre from Baylor is really good. I like him. I like his movement. Smoke Monday is definitely one of the most underrated safeties in this draft, too. I like Jaquan Brisker a lot at safety, really bad. So as much as I want Honey Badger, I know realistically income's down to where Badger wants to play. Plan B, bring back Jenkins. Yeah, out of retirement. Yeah, we'll see. Yo, Suo, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day, bro. Danny said, "What happened with Kavon Wallace?" Nothing. He just talks a lot. His talk is not matching his play. The guy was a poser, to be honest with you, in my opinion. Like, I think he's going to be a special teams guy, and that's really it. I mean, that's as far as it's going with him. Daniel Hall says, if the Eagles really want Quez McPherson, where the Grandmaster plan, just go ahead and cancel your season tickets. It's no secret at this point they're willing to tank twice under Jalen to get a unicorn. Look, Nathaniel, it's really it's mind-boggling to me that the Eagles went total opposite in free agency, went more defense than offense. Andrew, Zach Pascal and Devontae, whatever they got, Devin Hall, whatever his name is from Oregon that hasn't played since 2016. If you think that that's what they wanted to do, it's a bunch of BS. If they want to give Jalen Hurts and give him a fair shot, they have to give him more weapons. I mean, that's why I can't put it past them for getting a receiver in the first round. Plus, they were supposed to get Calvin Ridley in that trade, and it never happened. You know what I mean? So I can't blame Howie for that because that's on Calvin Ridley's fault. That's Calvin Ridley's fault at the end of the day, but it just sucks, man. It just sucks. Ryan says, "What do you think if the Philadelphia Eagles get Stephon Gilmore?" I think it's a waste because I think he's just trying to get more money. To me, I think it's a waste. I think it's a total waste getting Stephon Gilmore. I said sign Steven Nelson back or go draft a cornerback. They might be out on Stephon Gilmore because I haven't heard any news on the Eagles still having interest on Stephon Gilmore at all. So we'll see. Jeff said, "What up, Shakes? At the gym, bro. All done with work and still getting paid." I know, dude. It's a great feeling, man. You know what I mean? So when's the mock draft coming out, Joey? It's getting close. Soon, man. I've been really, really busy. I've been really, really busy. Really busy. I haven't been on schedule with a lot of things recently. Josh says Rams are playing Madden with the salary cap set to off. So he says, "I would not mind outside linebacker in the first, like Charles out of UTSA." Someone says Trevor Penning is my dark horse pick at 15. And it's definitely not all on Hurts. I don't think Rager could do anything in short intermediate routes, but he did get open deep multiple games that we could. Oh, yeah, 100%. I think so. I think part of it is Rager's fault. A lot of it's Rager's fault, but some of it is Jalen Hurts' fault as well. So Fred says Rams going to take Peyton Manning out of retirement. Shane says, "Do you think they go best player available or hit a certain position first?" I think it's a little bit of both. Like, I think they're going to go like need. I think they're going to go need, but best play. I don't know. For me, I feel like they're going certain position that they need. And there's a lot in that first round for the Eagles to go get. So if they want to get corner, they will get corner. If they want to go get safety, if Kyle Hamilton's out of the top 10, they can go get him or just wait till the second round where there's more depth at safety. Pro says, "I wouldn't be surprised if Howie picked up punter in the second round." Eagles clip side. I can't wait to see Hurts after working with Tom Brady's and new Drew Brees coach. Yeah, dude, like he worked with Tom House, Quincy Avery, and working with Tom Brady. So look, the guy's working his tail off this offseason. He knows that this is like the year he has to be better, and I hope he becomes that, man. I hope he becomes that. No joke. Ron said, I want Matthew. I don't like his personality. He was very cocky and boastful. Paul says, "I don't see Honey Badger coming to Philly." Yeah, we'll see, bro. We'll see. I mean, they still have a lot of interest right now. So Ron says, "Joey, if we go all defense in the first, I'm so down with grabbing Pickens in the second. I watched film on him for the first time, and I was impressed." Yeah, I mean, and I think the one thing is good with him is he has size as well. So he is 6'3", but he's not a big receiver. He is 6'3", so he has a little bit of height to him, which I really do like. And, would be a little bit of would definitely be a nice upgrade for this offense, 100%. It would open up a lot, everything up the middle when it comes to slant routes, post corner routes. I mean, anything that he could stretch out the defense, I think Pickens will get it done. Open up some for Devontae Smith and with Dallas Goedert too. So, and open up that run game a little bit as well. So it's good. Plus Jalen Hurts kind of helping that run game with his skill set as well. 3-on-2 cups to trade up from 15 back from 18. I'm awake says Corral the Philly with 18. He wants with his wings. I love Corral the Philly all the way. Yeah, dude, I don't know. If they draft a QB, especially after this Eagles Saints trade, like I'd be shocked if they draft a QB first, second round. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but at the same time, like you make this trade to make it look like you're going after a quarterback next year, and you draft a cornerback this year makes absolutely no sense. Tyler says Panthers have been listening to calls about moving back from the 6th pick. You think Eagles will make a move for Sauce if the Jets and Giants pass up? I think so. That's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough getting Sauce passing the Jets and Giants. It's gonna be tough. That's why I think like it's probably almost gonna be impossible if they both pass up on Sauce. Eagles got to pounce for that trade up. I think they got to pounce for that trade up. Whether it's you have to go as early as 6 if that's the case. I don't think you're gonna be able to get any higher than that. Fat Boy says Jameson Williams or Treylon Burks. That one's a hard one, bro. I like Jameson Williams a lot. I think without the injury, he's the best receiver in this draft. Treylon Burks is all-around really good receiver. I think one of the most all-around good receivers going to the NFL. And I don't know. I don't know how much interest the Eagles have in him, but I do like him. I do like him a lot. We'll see. We will see. George says Julio Jones still a free agent. No, hell no, bro. Julio Jones, no. They had their chance, dude. They waited too long. They waited way too long for a free agent. Why am I wearing these headphones? They waited way too long to get a wide receiver. They had their chance to go get it done. They just didn't get it done, man. It sucks, you know. Monster Rams are keeping in touch and hopefully getting Gilmore on a team-friendly deal in the same way the Eagles are doing with Matthew. Ryan says Pittsburgh Steelers have an interest in Matthew if the price is the right. I heard. Fletch says, you the man, Shakes on a lunch break, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Enjoy your lunch, bro. Nine says, what up, Joey? I agree. I don't want Gilmore would be a good idea. Wish we could get a linebacker in first round, but Howie's stubborn. Well, no, not with Kaiser White being here. Kaiser's already here. So I don't even have the Eagles going after linebacker the first 2 rounds of this draft. I'm not even kidding. I don't think they're going after linebacker now just because of that. Yeah, what's the plan for Dickerson after Kelsey is gone, move back to center? I don't want him to move back to center. I want him to move to left guard. I want him at left guard. Like, that's what I want badly. So I want to keep him on that left side next to Mulata. That's my plan for Dickerson at left guard right now. So Torville says still late in the draft could be Josh Johnson from Tulsa. I think if he played for a larger school, he could have been a second-round talent. He will probably go around round 5. So I got a bad feeling Tyron is going to the Rams. I really hope not, dude. I really hope not. Hey, also, Joey, what's your thought on Derek Carr deal? I saw a crazy stat that man even won a playoff game getting kind of money, let alone. I'm not a big Derek Carr fan either, bro. I'm really when he's in those big moments, I just don't think he can get it done. Like Derek Carr, no, not even close. Steve says, what happened to Xavier Rhodes? Did he get signed already? Haven't heard. No, nothing. I don't think he's been signed yet, but I knew during free agency a report came out the Eagles were in the mix for him. They never pulled the trigger on him. So I don't know if they just lost interest or, we'll see. I don't know. Big Pickett says cornerback on top of draft list now since Nelson is gone. I totally agree. Totally agree. I'll actually have a video out on that and some of the cornerbacks that we are interested in between today and tomorrow. I'll have a video out for you guys. Paul said the Eagles can offer 15-51 Minshew and Dillard to the Panthers 6 overall select Gardner or Thibodeaux. So you're saying a first, a second, Minshew and Dillard. I mean, I think they have 2 third-rounders, they have 3 fifth-rounders. I mean, they have a lot of compensation. They have enough ammo to move up. That's why getting that third-round pick in that Saints trade was huge because that's good ammo right there. Everyone's like, oh, it's a horrible trade. I'm like, no, it's not because that extra third-round pick will probably help a lot. Danny says, what are the chances of Eagles grabbing another wide receiver in the first round for a third in a year in a row? I think it's like a 90% chance they'll get a receiver in the first round. I really do. I think because they really did, besides Pascal and Devin Allen, I don't think that's enough for our offense. And they didn't do much in free agency when it comes to this offense. I mean, not even another position besides wide receiver, really nothing else. So I think there's a really big chance the Eagles can get I think I wouldn't put it past them to get a receiver in the first round. If they got a Garrett Wilson or they got Jameson Williams. They brought Jameson Williams on a pre-draft visit. So, they could have a lot of interest in a guy like that. That was supposed to be the best receiver in this draft, but going to take advantage of, well, he's coming off injury. Obviously, they're calling teams on these injured players and how they're doing in their rehab and stuff like that, which is a good thing. But Jameson Williams will be ready to play. So even if they draft him, I'll be happy about it. I'll be very happy about it. And trust me, I'm not big on getting guys off injury, but I feel like Jameson Williams is going to really explode this year. I really do. So I'll be happy about it. But I want defensive tackle and cornerback. But even if they got wide receiver and corner, I'll be shocked. I'd be really shocked if they don't get a trench guy in the first round. Dilly Philly says, do you think Eagles would get Ridley by the trade deadline? Depending by the season starts, how many, games he gets suspended, if he's going to be up and running and playing by that time, I guess there's a chance that he could become available. So, I mean, we'll see. Louis says Iverson was cocky and Louis loved him. Just need the honey badger to have heart. Steve said, can we all agree ML Kiper, Skip Bayless are no business talking about football? They are straight up clowns. Minnesota, I will actually we should have Garrett Wilson somehow falls. But I mean, it might happen. Olave is another one that that I don't think teams. I think teams are starting to pass on Olave a little bit. I think Olave is going to be a really good player. I think Olave is going to be a beast in the league. Rollins has said Jameson over Burks. You have to game plan and get the most out of him. Jameson can fit almost anywhere. Six says, I think Jameson Williams is OBJ 2.0. He's good, man. He's really good. Chris, what's going on, man? He says, Shakes, I'm hearing Howie wants Williams bad. I hope that's the truth, man. They could, especially played at Alabama, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, that connection. I mean, there could be some things going on. Rock, what's going on, bro? Oh, he got signed where? Did he? Did he get signed? Xavier Rhodes? I had no idea. I haven't seen any news on him. Nah, he's a free agent, bro. He didn't sign anywhere. Nah, it's not even saying he's on the team right now. It still says he's a free agent. What up, Zachary? What's going on, man? Paul says the Panthers traded second rounder for Darnold and their third for cornerback C.J. Henderson. They gave up way too much for Darnold, man. That was horrible trade. Horrible. They needed a quarterback badly. No, he's a free agent. Yeah, he was with the Colts, but he's not. He's a free agent this year. Rhodes is a free agent. I'm looking at it right now, I think. Rhodes is a cornerback who is a free agent. Yeah, he's a free agent. He's not signed yet. Cody says, I want defensive end, defensive tackle, and cornerback. If Sauce and Stanley is gone by the time Eagles pick, where do you see Booth Jr., cornerback Clemson, being taken? Oh, man, I don't know. Could he go between 15 and 18? There's a possibility. I mean, I think Booth will be available by 15. I think Booth could be available by 18. If not, he'll be drafted in the later first round, if that's the case. But before Kyer Alam and before McDuffie. So I think he'll be there by that time. That's what I'm hoping. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know what team is really in dire need of a corner. I mean, the Vikings could take him at 12, but I think Stingley could fall to 12 for the Vikings. A lot of people are talking about corner for the Ravens too at 13, 14, whatever they are as well. So we'll see. Cody says, at first I didn't like the trade. I actually seen when we get what pick, I'm good. No, dude, I think it was a really good trade. It gives you stability and security for the next 2 years, and you get an extra third and a 7th round pick this year. So I thought it was a really good trade. You got 2 extra picks out of it for this year, on top of getting a first for 23, and then on top of getting a second for 24. So it's not that bad. Jay says, you think Eagles would grab Debo? I don't know, dude. It's going to cost a lot. Plus the money. Apparently, he wants 25 plus from what it looks like. So I thought it was going to be a lot more than that. So we'll see what happens. Kibo says, Joey, would you trade both first and third for Debo Samuel and Garoppolo? No. Probably not. No, I want nothing to do with Garoppolo. Plus, you got to give him another contract soon on top of it. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of money. Receivers are not going to be expensive. That's why the Eagles might just draft one, because the market's been horrible this whole entire offseason, especially with free agency. Awake says another rumor Howie's moving up to 2 and taking Sauce. That, I mean, if they move up top 3, they're definitely getting Sauce. I don't think it's for Aiden Hutchinson because it looks like Travon Walker is going first overall to the Jags. So there could be a possibility. They might have to. I mean, look, if they stay at 15-18, I'd kind of be surprised they weren't trying to make some moves, or at least afterwards we didn't hear that they were trying to move up. Andrew says, Joe, haven't heard you talk about Burks lately. Unite as high on him lately. No, I'm not. No, Burks. I like Burks. I think I have Burks right behind Jameson Williams. I have Jameson Williams. I got Burks. I have Garrett Wilson, Olave. I mean, I like Burks a lot. I think all around, I think is one of the most completed receivers coming into the draft. And I would love to get him. I would not be down on it. I've been talking about Jameson Williams a lot more because I think he's the best receiver in this draft without his injuries. So it's kind of been, crazy. I don't think the Eagles have brought in Treylon Burks on a visit yet. Olave going to KC. I could see Pickens going to KC as well. I mean, KC might move up. So George said, what's going on, Joey? We're definitely getting another corner now with Steven Nelson to the Texans. Yeah, that's what it looks like, man. That's what it looks like. I'm hoping that's the case because for 2 years, $10 million, I mean, does it mean Steven Nelson didn't want to come back? He probably did want to come back, especially with Slay and him probably talked, you know what I mean? I guess the Eagles didn't show any interest on re-signing him, and he said, I'm just going to try to get my money now somewhere because he can't. I mean, I guess because of the market and after the draft, he probably won't get paid a lot. He'll probably get like a 1-year deal, and not much money. So he didn't want to get low. He wanted to get at least something for the next 2 years, which he did get a 2-year, $10 million. He was affordable. I mean, Steven Nelson was affordable. I mean, he wasn't not affordable. So, you know what I mean? I mean, for $5 million a year, I mean, that's a million more than what we paid him last year. You know what I mean? So it's not bad. Definitely affordable. I mean, I said Jameson Williams reminds me of a taller D-Jack. The only problem with him is he catches with his body more than with his hands. Says people keep saying receiver want too much money is silly. It's the NFL and they young receiver is going to want 30 mil. Well, it's the market, dude. Like that's what it is. It's the market. I mean, once Devontae Smith's contract's up, they're going to have the money's probably going to be a lot higher than what guys are getting now. Everybody say Joey Landry's still out there, but I guess we're drafting. Yeah, Landry wants $20 million a year. I mean, he's trying to get big money right now, which he's probably not going to get. He says, "Why ain't nobody talking about Alec Pierce?" Jonas says, "I would trade up for both the second round and try to get an early third. If it was Howie, my last pick in the draft would be a late fifth." Jared said, "I don't know what I'm reading, but it says back at the Colts on 1 year." I don't know. I'm reading right now on Google right now that he's a free agent. That's what I'm reading right now. Unless I'm wrong, and that's what I'm reading is wrong. Zarek says 15, Andrew Booth, 18, Chris Olave, 51, Petre, 83, Sam Williams, 101, Jerry Ruckert. So Eagles go Pickens. Big Pickens said Alec Collins, a big thumper running back, is out there. Go with Gainwell. David says Panthers willing to trade back from 6. What would it cost? Dude, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, look, at the end of the day, like, I don't think we're going to take players out of precaution right now. We're going to take the players out and say we can't trade Dillard Rager or whatever is going to happen right now. I think the Eagles use the 18th. Eagles use the 3rd round pick, and then one of those 5th round picks will get it done. I think that will get it done. Maybe an extra pick for next year if that's the case. Maybe. Nothing crazy. Eagles fans said teams let the Jaguars and Kurt reset with the Robert. Yeah, I mean, he got paid $17 million. The Eagles want to pay him $13. I mean, look, at least they tried, but they just couldn't. Doug Pearson was like, "Nope, not on my watch. That's definitely not happening." George said, "Moving up to 2 for Sauce. You guys need to chill just a little." I think that's way too much. I think it's too much. I mean, like, they might have to because he can go 4 or 5. I mean, you trade with the Panthers and think just being safe, and if Sauce is done. I think you just go get Kayvon Thibodeaux at 6. Unless, if you want to draft Stingley that early, that's up to you. But if you want to go get an edge rusher at 6 and you want Kayvon, there's a chance that you could get him. But Sauce and Kayvon could be gone with 4 and 5 Jets Giants. So you never know. Jets are interested in a receiver as well. They've been trying to trade for a big-time receiver this offseason. So they are dying for a receiver right now. Spot City Shop Chops said we'd be hoping with Debo would open up for Hurts. Oh yeah, I mean definitely. But I hope that we know how to use him. It's a whole nother thing because if we don't use him the right way, how San Francisco uses him, then it's going to be for nothing. You know what I mean? Andrew says Sauce, Stingley, and Hamilton could be at 6. If the Eagles trade up, who's your favorite, Joey? Sauce, Stingley, and Hamilton could be at 6. The Eagles trade up. I would get Sauce, dude. I think there's a lot of good safeties in this draft. I'm not worried about getting Hamilton desperately. I would get Sauce instantly. You can't pass up on a player like that, especially come to the Eagles and Eagles in dire need of a cornerback in the first round for a lot of years. I mean, Eagles can get their homegrown talent right now in this draft, which I really do like. Eagles fans, the Eagles are going to play a cheap game for a little while. They might, but they might pounce on something here. NJ said, what up, Joey Milkshakes? What's going on, bro? Joey Milkshakes. That should be my new channel name. Easy Mike says, Matt Corral, Philly again right now. Oh, my God, dude. God. Denarte Lima, what's going on, man? So what up, Joey? Steven Nelson is a Texan. 2 years, $10 million. Steven Nelson is not here. Are the Eagles finally going to go after our cornerback for the future? For that cornerback to come into this cornerback room with the Philadelphia Eagles to be mentored by Big Play Slay. Holy crap. Just imagine, like, the mentorship this corner. The Eagles draft the corner in the first round. The mentorship this kid is going to get by one of the best cornerbacks in the top 5, in my opinion, and Big Play Slay right now. It would be perfect. It's not like when you draft one of these receivers this year and there's really no veteran guy because they, didn't really bring in a veteran guy. You know what I mean? So to bring in Sauce or Stingley and have Big Play Slay here, oh man, it's a good feeling, man. It really is. George says, I see they're talking about Steelers and Honey Badger. I hope he doesn't do visit with them now. I just want them to sign with the Birds. Yeah, me too, bro. They get Tyrann Mathieu and you add a cornerback to this room on top of it. I'm telling you. Maybe Tyrann Mathieu, maybe there is a deal that's already done or almost done with Tyrann Mathieu as of right now. Could happen. And if that's the case, you got Tyrann Mathieu, Kaiser White, you got Hassan Reddick moving from Sam linebacker to edge rusher. I mean, you got some pieces now. I mean, you get a cornerback in this room to be the number 2 to work their way as the number 1 corner after Slay leaves in a couple years. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Eagles fans said, if we're going to pay a wide receiver $20 million per year, it's going to be our own homework. Exactly. That's what I'd be more comfortable with. Big Payne said, my whole point is that there's still some guys out there to pick up after the draft. No, but definitely. And after the final 53, there's going to be some guys getting cut off the waiver wire. So you're going to be looking at guys off the waiver wire, some players that get cut off other teams that might bring, some talent here as well, because you can hit on some of those guys too. So don't forget about that too, And I'm actually interested to see the undrafted class they bring in this year as well. Matt says, I think we traded with the Panthers to get either Sauce or Hamilton. Damn. Spot says, yeah, exactly. Got to know how to use him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could bring Debo here, but if they don't use him right, it's going to be for nothing. It's going to be absolutely for nothing. George says, did you hear Mark Holmes trying to disrespect my man Slay on his video the other day, saying he's just okay? He guesses disrespect was real. He's probably just trolling, unless he really thinks he's bad. I don't know. Chris said, we're trading up for stealing your Sauce. I'm 100% positive now. All signs are pointing to that. Torville says Matthew was probably just using the Eagles for leverage. He didn't even try to visit in person. I mean, he didn't. I mean, it was a virtual visit, which I don't know how that works. Lee, I don't know how a virtual visit works. I mean, the guy didn't take time out of his day to go visit the NovaCare complex. For me, it's just weird. It's just weird for me. I don't know. Kyron says, do we need to address our linebackers? I would like to add another piece, but since we're getting Kaiser White, I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't. TJ Edwards is here. I mean, I would like them to add another piece. Kaiser White, I hope he breaks out this year. I really hope he does, because a lot of the Charger fans were pissed that he left. He left to play for his home team. I mean, that's pretty much how it went. You know what I mean? That's how it went. Let's see. Dad says Dillard Rager and 15 for Panthers, 6 to get Sauce. I would do it. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen though, dude. They're not going to trade Dillard and Rager to the Panthers. It's. I mean, I know it seems simple to do that, but if they have no interest in getting both of those players, it's that trade. It won't happen. It's just. I know we could just say that, but you know. Bash says I just had the hat trick with Big Play Slay the other day on Madden 22. Paul says, stay away from Stingley. He has best written all over, in my opinion. Reports that he hasn't practiced enough and his heart desire has been questioned. That's weird. Brandon said, what up, Joey? Have you seen the wide receiver from Boise State? He can also be a running back. I don't know. I have no idea. Dom says, signing Matthew and drafting 2 wideouts and a safety, or they go linebacker, corner, wide receiver. I don't think they draft 2 wideouts. They could go, maybe they could draft two wide receivers, one early and one really late in the draft. Big Piggins says plenty of quality DBs in the draft. No need to jump unless a few go in a row. Yeah. Strictly for Game says, I love the idea of grooming our young talent into stars of the future. Trust the process. That's true, bro. I'm telling you, if you get a cornerback in the first round, you know, Big Play Slay, the mentorship this kid is going to get. They draft Sauce, forget about it. You know, Stingley too. 06 Reddick is listed as a linebacker, right? But he's a stand-up pass rush. A specialist is that edge. Did adding him address our need? I think it's part of it. I think definitely it's part of him being addressed as a defensive end as well. But I think he'll be as a defensive end. He'll be blitzing a lot too. So I think, and him blitzing plus Kaiser White blitzing, I think is going to help our defensive tackles as well. It'll help that middle pass rush. It'll help out Fletcher Cox. So, I mean, all around, I think Reddick will be moved all over the place. Depending on matchups every week on what specific team we're playing offensively. So I think it all comes into question. So we'll see. I think that's how they're going to do it, though. Ryan says cornerback, wide receiver, linebacker, defensive tackle will work in the first round. Shane says Eagles. Adam says Jalen Hurts going to ask for 35 to 40 a year. Better get a QB now and avoid the headache. Nah, dude. No, not at all. He's due for, if he doesn't play well or plays mediocre or plays like okay, but it's not showing that he's going to be anything special, then you're not trying to just sign another quarterback right now. You're giving this guy another year, for this year, not another year, but this year. And at the end of the year, you got to make a big decision. I mean, we're going to see how he plays, but Big Piggins says Slay and BG are great for young cornerbacks and D-line. Oh, 100%, man. Chris Dillard will get traded to Seattle for their 40th. Baldy believes we can get a high second for him. If we get a second-round pick for Dillard, if we get a late first or a second-round pick for Dillard, I'd be shocked. That's a steal. Shows that Reddick didn't just pass jet rush on both Cardinals and Panthers. He also used cover the flats. Yeah. Shane says they did have 3 first-rounders, now down to 2. So Donnell Pumphrey from FSU was our worst running back pick a few years back. Oh, my God. Donnell Pumphrey. So Donnell Pumphrey he broke, what was it? He broke, who's the running back from the Rams? What's his name? Years ago. He broke the other running back from the Rams, the Hall of Famer that went to that San Diego State as well. He broke his all-purpose yard record. Marshall Faulk. So he broke Marshall Faulk's all-purpose yard record in San Diego State. And I was like, damn, this guy must have good vision. I mean, yeah, he was a total bust. And he was always hurt. And we took him away from the Cowboys, which was kind of crazy. Like, we actually took him away from the Cowboys, which was really stupid. Yeah, Marshall Faulk, thank you. I forgot for a second. I haven't talked about Donald Pumphrey in so long. Your mind starts to wander. Big Big said Pumphrey was at San Diego State, led the country in rushing, and wow, yeah, it left it there. Yeah, pretty much. Even on his punt, when we had him on punt returns. Man, his vision was horrible. I mean, it was really bad. I'm awake. You said will give me Wyatt or Davis. And it says Hurts asked for $4 million, and everything we know about him is a lot. Well, if he asked for $40 million and playing really well, then it's a different story. But if he has a crap year and he asks for $40 million, which he shouldn't even talk about $40 million. So he's the Eagles cut Rager for Dotson in the first round. We got Robbins. Calix said, "What up, Joey?" So where are we at currently as a team? Are we headed toward a right direction? I haven't been in tune lately. I've been busy. For right now, it's like really up in the air, but I think they've gotten some really good pieces. I think they've made some good trades, especially more security for next year in case the Eagles, quarterback situation doesn't work out. I think, we have to wait till after the draft to see where they're going. But I have a good feeling about this draft. I really do. Even coming off last draft, I have a pretty good feeling. They could have signed some players that were here last year, and they did not. Like Steven Nelson, I was actually really surprised that he already signed somewhere, and Eagles didn't pounce on him. So I think there's a good chance that, maybe another – it just depends. Like Hurts doesn't work out this year. They get another quarterback next year, then it could be another 3 years till we actually compete or do anything at this point. But look, at the end of the day, the NFC East hasn't gotten better this year whatsoever. So hasn't gotten better whatsoever. It hasn't been great. Chris says, Shakes, I was in love with Wyatt, but now I love P. Winfrey more and more. We can get him in the second. That could be another thing, too, they could do. Daily Phillips, I remember the Sam Bradford days. I remember. And remember the Sam Bradford trade? Oh, yeah, that was great. That was great. That was an eye-opener right there. Hey, Joey, who do you want the Eagles to grab with 15 and 18 and the 51st? Oh, man. I mean, all right, let's just say Tyrann Mathieu isn't here, right? I would get Jaquan Brisker in the second round. The first-round picks, I would get Jordan Davis, and I would get Booth if Stingley and Sauce are not available. So that would be me right now. Johnny Ruiz says how he knows the art of the deal when it comes to free agency trades. Johnny Ruiz says need help with player evaluation. Paul said, "What grade would you give our team last year?" I'd say a solid B. I would say a C plus, bro. I would say like a C or to a C plus. I wouldn't say a solid B for last year. I don't know. There was a lot of problems, a lot of issues last year. I mean, I don't know. Defense was just was below average last year. Offense, just a lot of missed opportunities. I would say offensively we played as I don't know, at least a C plus for offense and almost a D minus for defense last year. So we'll see. As how much sway do the scouts have? Howie does have final say, or is that Lurie? For some reason, we did hear some rumor like this offseason that Lurie has had some say in some of these draft picks the past few years. So I don't know. I think Howie has final decision, but I think there is a collaborative effort with the coaching staff for some picks. But I think at the end of the day, Howie still has the final say regardless. Chris got Zachary Clinton. No, I haven't, but I'll check him out. Thanks, bro. Rod, what's going on, bro? I've seen mock drafts with Davis going number 1 overall. Crazy draft. Yeah, I hardly doubt Jordan Davis goes number 1 overall. I doubt it. Jerry says, bro, they already gave up on Hurts. They haven't done much. That's what I'm saying. Like, are they trying to tank? Are they trying to tank? Are they trying to it's just they haven't done enough around Jalen Hurts. Like they literally weren't aggressive in free agency. I'm not saying they had to go out and spend millions of dollars, but and get all these big star players, but they did not help Jalen Hurts offensively. Devon Allen and getting Zach Pascal. I mean, it's not enough. It's really not enough. Ryan, to the fact that we most likely know are going linebacker and going from having no linebackers having 2 cornerstones is driving me insane. Yeah, it's crazy. Matthew says, "What's good? Any rumors today? It has been quiet." No, there really hasn't been much of anything. So it looks like 49ers are working on an extension for Debo for 25 plus a year from what I'm seeing right now. Other than that, Eagles are quiet, which means I feel like they're working on something right now. That's what I feel like is pretty much happening right now. So way too quiet. We got a new member to the Shake Squad Army. Let me check real quick to make sure I don't say this the wrong way. As the Shake Squad soldier tier, appreciate it very much, man. Thank you so much for joining the Shake Squad army. We got draft highlight reactions, miscellaneous videos, and other stuff coming out. We just actually did a channel membership draft highlight reaction on Breece Hall, the running back from Iowa State that had over 1,400 yards and 20-plus touchdowns back-to-back seasons. So definitely check that out. We have more videos on the way. So, Matthew, appreciate you. Guys, more memberships in the pinned comment description below for extra content. Any tier, doesn't matter what you pick. It's all there. So, Matthew, appreciate so much, man. Thank you so much. Yo, 5-star, what's going on, man? So what up, Joey? The Eagles are about to sign Debo. No, I don't think so. Definitely not. Definitely not, bro. Let's see here. Washington Commanders announced on social media influencer Katie Feeney that the team will first ever Commanders social media correspondent. The partnership is believed to be the first ever. It's kind of the NFL. That's weird. That's kind of weird. Huh. Interesting. Let's see here. Jerry says it's tank season. That Saints trade tells you that QB next year, this is a tank. It might be, dude. It might be. Like, for what they're not doing around Jalen Hurts right now is really pissing me off. But Blue City says that, Joey, have you heard a rumor that the LA Rams are making a push? Yeah, they're making a push around it. I mean, they're not making a push, but it says that they're interested. I don't think they're making a push. We'll see. Yeah, they're after Stephon Gilmore too, which they're not signing both guys. It ain't happening. They might not even get either or. He might go to the Saints just for more money. So I really don't even care, dude. They don't sign Tyrann Mathieu. I'm totally fine that second round getting a baller in the second round at safety. I could care less. You know what I mean, if they don't get him, then it is what it is. Jerry said they're not working on anything, Shaker. They're not doing it. I think they're working on something, dude. I think they're working on something, dude. Hold on. Zachary says, Foster, how do you do someone who's already under contract for another team? Jonathan says, what do you want them to do around Hurts realistically? Just to add I wanted at least another weapon. I mean, something. I want another weapon or something around him. I mean, they literally just they lost on Calvin Ridley because of Calvin Ridley being stupid, and then they put a bid down for Christian Kirk. Didn't happen, and then really they just stopped after that. That's what I want. I want them to give their quarterback a chance. Can you say to yourself, do the Eagles really like this receiver core that much that it's going to work out next year? Do they not want to add talent to this receiver core? I don't believe it. I really don't believe it, man. I feel like they're just trying to. I feel like they're going to add somebody. Maybe the draft was. Maybe they said to themselves, you know what? There's no point in paying this much money for receivers and free agency with the market being the way it is. So let's go in this draft. But the problem is, guys, but for the beginning of free agency, I wanted to at least try and get a veteran guy, just because this core is so young. It's just way too young. You went into last season with a rookie first-year head coach, a rookie quarterback, a first-year offensive coordinator for the Eagles. I mean, there was way too many new pieces. It was young and way too new offensively. I mean, mistakes were going to be made last year. We were excited, but it's kind of crazy. Ronnie says no salary cap for the Rams. Just said 49ers can't keep boasting Debo. We need one of them dudes. I haven't looked at Dax Hill yet. He's on my list of guys I'm going over right now. So Mon says we want them to be working on something they have done shit in a month. Raz says the Eagles are rebuilding. They can draft a weapon. Don't need to spend a lot of money in another weapon. That's a said who? No free agents to sign. No other player was available or wanted to come. Ronnie says, actually will be drafted in the first round. It could, dude. JM says Jarvis Landry feels like an Eagle. I doubt it because he wants too much money. Josh says, my hopes are not Jalen plays well enough that we all agree he deserves 35 million. Jay says, do you think they're secretly working to get a veteran guy? They could, maybe. I don't think they're trading for a veteran guy anymore. I think they've waited way too long. Mario says, which wide receivers we're drafting for our team with the first round and which should we pass on? Oh, man. I like Olave. I like Olave a lot, but I don't think the Eagles should get him. I really want them to get Burks. Jameson Williams, I would take a chance on because I think he's gonna play fantastic. I think he's gonna explode this year. There's not actually a lot of receivers I wouldn't pass on unless you're going into the second round. I like Christian Watson in the second round, but I wouldn't really. I would kind of pass on him. I think I would get a Jahan Dotson if they want to get that vertical threat, if that's what they really want. So, like Pickens, though. Olave, Williams, Wilson, Burks, Mechie, or Pickens will work. Rod says, no wide receivers in the first. Build a defense. That's what I want to do, bro. That's what I want to do. Sixers says that we're not in the Commanders. Dan Snyder's the Davis of football, spending money on all types of players, and Bo has that worked out for them. 3-on-2 cups. I need Howie to draft someone I really get excited about and a true difference maker with our first pick. Davis, Sauce, Hamilton, Jameson, Hutchinson, Thibodeaux. Trade up and make it happen. Dude, I agree. They should get one of those guys. That's what I'm hoping. Shane said, I would laugh if the receiver draft the first round were absolute trash. Everyone thinks because Jefferson and Chase had a good year. That's what dude, I said, I've been saying this every single day because you're not the draft is a gamble. I'm just going to talk about wide receivers in general, okay? With wide receivers, there's nothing promising about these receivers. You saw, there's no promise that you're going to get a Jamar Chase in this draft, and he's just going to explode the first game he shows up. It's not going to happen. You're adding another rookie receiver to this group of young receivers that haven't even reached their ceiling yet with Quez Watkins, Devontae Smith. You already have issues right now. Okay, with the quarterback situation. So the next step, if you get a receiver, is this guy going to produce? But it's going to give one, at least for me, it will help Hurts. But at the same time, it gives no excuse for Hurts if at least one of these receivers is not over 1,000 yards this year, and he can't get the ball to any of these other guys. So they add another weapon. It's one less excuse we have for Jalen Hurts. So I get it. I totally get that. Yo, Desert Eagle, what's going on, man? What's going on, bro? ADW says build the defense this year. That's what I would do. Jesse, you don't necessarily need a veteran wide receiver, but it would be better if we had one. I'm guessing they're drafting one high first or second round, or maybe one of those in the 5th round picks. JM says, I think Rager's going to ball out this year. Regalor's going to ball this year. Justin says, I want to get a corner defensive lineman in the first. Dude, you're thinking how I'm thinking, bro. That's what I want badly. D. Wayne said, I love Dameon Pierce, running back out of Florida, 3rd for the Birds. Hard runner, shifty, big back who has hands. Paul said, there is no franchise QB or wide receivers in this draft. There are very good receivers, but mostly wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 types of this draft class. David Constant, would you ever do a mock draft simulator live stream? Think would be cool. Yeah, we could do that. The PFF draft simulator, we could do that. We could definitely do that if you want to do that. Dave says, would you ever do a mock draft? Ryan says they probably are working on getting. I think they're working on something. I think it's the Tyrann Mathieu. I think the Tyrann Mathieu thing is happening as we speak. So, DB talking now says, I think the whole idea of one of these rookie wide receivers coming and have a big impact is getting way overplayed. Honestly, I think it's possible that Garrett Wilson or Jameson produce more or just as much. Interesting. As veteran wide receivers. I get it. At a cheaper price. Magnus says Tyrann will be an Eagle. Trust me. I'm praying to God he is, man. I'm praying to God he is. Sixers Dub said, no, I know no one will hear this, but I see Howie messing up this draft and picking up a QB. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that could happen, but because that Eagles Saints trade, really they make that Eagles Saints trade. Is that trade for quarterback next year, or is that trade just to have the picks next year? I think it's more towards in case, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't, and I hope it doesn't happen. As we speak, I think you're wishing. Colton said, Joey, what figured Honey Badger would already be an Eagle. Yeah, well, he's not signed yet to any team, so it's a good sign for us at the end of the day. So it's not horrible. You know what I mean? It's not as bad as everyone thinks it is. We'll see, though. We'll see. Just depends, but. All right, guys, we got 192 in the chat. Much love to everybody join the afternoon stream today. Episode 9 of Road to the Draft, Philadelphia Eagles live reaction. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. Like the stream if you guys haven't. Check out the memberships in the pinned comment for extra content. And yeah, man, it's been. We've started our 9th episode of Road to the Draft, and we're getting closer. I mean, each day that passes on, we're getting close to the draft. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see what, if the Eagles actually add some more talent with Honey Badger or whoever else they have interest in as of right now. So, I mean, we'll see, but should have take Sauce over Stingley simply because of his play. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. Ross Bill said if the Eagles get Tyron, they better go all out for Sauce. I'm telling you, like, they get Tyron Matthew, you got to go get your corner. Like, you got to plug in the rest of this defense and just your defense is going to be, yeah, you're going to have a big difference there. I would say, you know what? You go after Tyron Matthew, you wait till next year's draft, you go get a safety to replace Anthony Harris to put next to Tyron Matthew as a future safety. I mean, at least a future free safety if that's what you want to do. I'm totally fine with that as well. Ron says the fact that Badger isn't here kind of makes me so. Well, I mean, at this point, like there's 2 other teams with the Rams and Saints after him right now. So, I mean, it should make them nervous too that we could pick him up, Judson said, can you see us trading down the first with the 18th and getting another second rounder and get Alam late? That's what I really want to do. Alam is a beast. Kyer Alam, I think, is one of the most underrated corners in this draft from Florida. He's a little handsy. I think the most physical corner in this draft, but I do like him though. But I wouldn't mind them trading back to get another second round pick. I mean, at 51 though, I think we're going to be missing out on a lot of players. I mean, 51, I don't think our second round pick is good enough. It's not. They have to move up a lot further. Yo, Jay, what's going on, man? Nothing, man. Steven Nelson got signed, so it looks like the Eagles could be going after cornerback. Who would you have if you could have one, Sauce or Hamilton? I had Sauce in a heartbeat because I want that number 1 corner in Philly. I want that number 1 guy in Philly. That's what I want, like badly. Hamilton, I'm not worried about because there's so much depth in the second round when it comes to – there's a lot more depth in the second round when it comes to safety. I'm not even worried about it, to be honest. I want to get that number 1 talent to get to Philadelphia and literally get that mentorship from Big Play Slay, which would be perfect the next couple years. Don said Howie wants to go young right now and banking on player development, hoping the players improve 3 years max. That's what my buddy who works in the organization saw. Shade says Wild, Smith, and Chase all showed up last year, so at least 3 of these top receivers expect to go first round will be trash. Dorville says any war room drama this year, and Howie and Donahue, any reluctant fist bumps, chairs flying across the room. Oh, man. It's just crazy. I mean, okay, because the Eagles like to be on the news too much during these times. That they're going to try at least, try to catch them in the draft room. Jerry says, I wouldn't be surprised if they drafted a QB, and who knows, maybe he'll be a superstar. Nobody really knows anything. Yo, Colton, what's going on? He says, yo, Joey, I was watching Corral stuff, and he struggles in the same thing Hurts struggles with, but worse, like Reeds and stuff like that, and he's slower and smaller than Hurts. Corral ain't it. Gov says, would you trade for Carolina's pick to get Sauce? Oh, yeah, 100%. I would do it. So I think it's Andrew Booth. Jay says, assign Matthew, draft Sauce, Davis, or Sauce Williams. Just having Honey Badger and Slay on defense would definitely keep opposing teams honest and respect their defense. I totally agree. Totally agree. I would love to then if we get Sauce to test out Sauce on that side of the ball. Yeah, we'll see on that side of the field. I don't think Alam is. I don't think he's visited at all. I haven't seen nothing on him visiting. But some of these we don't know. You know, we find out later. Like Andrew Booth, we found out later that he visited, which we didn't know. You know what I mean? So he maybe he could have. We'll see. They've been looking at cornerbacks. I mean, corners that are going to be drafted in front of us. So I mean, they could get another one in here. Jay says Tyrann Mathieu has said, but he's enjoying his time in Louisiana. His son just had a birthday. Jesse says they said that the Eagles might trade up to number 3. That includes multiple picks, obviously including Rager as a Texans. Jerry says Howie will probably pick Justin Jefferson and see if he could trick the league. Rod says, yeah, let's draft a corner because it looks like Gilmore wants to join the let him go over there. I don't want Gilmore, dude. I don't want Gilmore. I hope they have no interest in Gilmore. I don't want to waste any more money than we have to spend. It just makes no sense to me. DB says there are at least 3 receivers from every draft class that produce. Come on. Tony says plenty of our receivers have looked like first-round talents with over the last few years, just not just Chase and Jefferson. 3-on-2 cups of Davis or Wyatt. Number 1, we could definitely hit. He could develop his pass rush skills. 2, he is going to free up the rest of the D-line. That's definitely true. That's why Jordan Davis is going to be very valuable. Paul says Honey Badger will end up at the Saints or Rams. He's not coming to Philly. We'll see, dude. I'll come back to this comment when we sign him. Bill says, I don't think Howie is getting Tyrann Mathieu. If he was going to, he would have pulled the trigger. Well, dude, it's not that easy, bro. Like, there's 2 other teams. Plus, we heard the reports that Tyrann Mathieu is taking his time with this whole process. So that you have to take into consideration as well. Jay says, how much input does Nick have all the draft? I think there's, like I said, I think there's a collaborative effort, but I think Howie still has the final say. Zachary says 15 days until the draft, bro. I'm excited, man. Ron says, is Sauce really going up to 5? Going top 5. I want this man to wear midnight green so bad. Dude, you and me both. And yeah, he could be top 5. It might be impossible to trade up. It really might, unless the Eagles could trade with the Texans. That is the only, I think really that's the only way we're going to get him. It's going to be steep. I don't know how much it's going to cost me number 3 overall. Hopefully no 2 first-round picks. Trade up to 8 to 10. Great. Trade up to 6, I think is better. But 3 would be the prime. They trade up to 3, then yeah. We'll see. DB talking now says Saints shouldn't let Tyrann walk out of the building. John says, are we drafting a wide receiver? I think there's a good chance. Sarah says Hassan Haskins is really good, man. I like Hassan Haskins from Michigan. I think he's I mean he's a bruiser back, man. That guy could deliver that punch. I think he's pretty elusive. He's got good vision. I like a lot of these these big backs coming between 4 to 6. Breece Hall's another guy. I think I like Breece Hall better than Hassan Haskins, but there's a lot of guys. The guy from Kevin Harris from South Carolina, a lot of good running backs, 4 to 6. Bill said, what is your issue with Stephon Gilmore? Yeah, but he's fielding offers. He's fielding more money offers, bro. There's no point into getting a corner like that. There's just like if we were a cornerback away, if we just want to add a veteran to this cornerback group and we're ready to compete this year, I'd totally be fine with it. But you could go in this draft and get a high caliber guy for 10 plus years. You know what I mean? It's just, I think it's a waste of time. Like Gilmore is just a waste of time. Like if he gets paid like $20 million, a 2-year deal for $20 million, like I think it's a waste. He can still produce 100%, but I just think it's a waste. Mon says it was reported Saints want a hometown discount with Mathieu. That could be it. That could be it. Tyler says that we need to maximize, not minimize our picks. If we trade back our picks, we can quality talent at 15, 18. Here's another thing I've been thinking about. What if those picks for next year are used to move up? What if we actually used another first-round pick for next year to move up in this draft? You never know. That second-round pick in 2024, the extra first-round pick next year. Like, Eagles have a lot of ammunition right now. They could do almost anything at this point, but it should be interesting. Bill said Jerry Jones has already announced that Dallas will be moving up in the top 10 to grab Jordan Davis. We'll see what they do. I think they need another receiver. I think they're drafting a receiver this year because they're missing a receiver this year. So receiver could be definitely high on their boards. They never, safety is definitely undervalued with the Cowboys too. They never draft a safety high. Speaking of the Kelly Green, I'm getting around. Yeah, dude, I can't wait for these Kelly Green jerseys. Take my money right now, bro. Yes, I'd rather have Stanley than Ahmad Gardner. His name alone is what sauce is going to make him fall. Paul says a pattern of the entire Eagles offseason: stay away from aging high-priced free agent players. And why do so many that think they're changing now? Yeah, I think they looked at the receiver market as an example, and they said, yeah, and Howie knew the market was going to be the way it was, which he was right. That's why when he tried trading for Calvin Ridley, he knew this market was going to get crazy this free agency. I got to say, I got to agree with Howie Roseman on that. But kind of surprised they kind of passed up on a couple guys, but I wanted that veteran guy to be. I wanted a veteran presence in this wide receiver room. I thought that would have been really important. It would have helped at least with this wide receiver room. So, we see Michael Marino says if there's multiple teams making offers, that means he's actually good. Says I want Howie demoted. It's just handling contracts and working the cap, but he needs ball insurance GM. Jerry said, dude, they're not trading for number 3 for a corner. It will never happen. Most of the Eagles are moving up with the extra picks. That's been my theory since the trade. I'm just saying, dude, they got they got these extra picks next year too. So I'm sitting here they could use some picks. But unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to be the case. But but we need to replace Randy Gregory's spot too. DB says, you guys excited for the all black unis? I'm excited for the black unis with those black helmets. I'm pretty pumped for it. Desert Eagle 9, what's going on? I said, will Kelly Green be our official colors no? It's going to be a color rush. It ain't going to be no. It's going to be a color rush. We're going to wear two games a year. So what we're trying to pass right now is we're trying to get 2 color rushes. So we're trying to get the all black unis with the helmets plus get the Kelly Greens. The Kelly Green will be the color rush next year. It'll be a color rush next year. Google Man says the way you feel about Gilmore is the same way I feel about adding a veteran receiver. I'm glad they didn't waste assets. Well, they would have spent a lot more money too. You know what I mean? I agree. Maybe they shouldn't have spent. Maybe they shouldn't have. They stayed away from this wide receiver market, which it's all right. But I just want. I just thought adding a veteran would have been a lot better for this wide receiver room. That's all. You know what I mean? You think they trade in Rager? The possibility. I don't think it's the Eagles wanting to trade Rager. I think it's Rager wanting out. I think it's Rager wanting. Remember, he wanted a fresh start. Remember, we heard those rumors, earlier this past offseason. I think it comes down to I think he wants out. I think the Eagles would have kept him this year. I think it's mostly Rager saying I want out and I want to go somewhere new. I want to go somewhere new. I think that's what that is going on with that. Doesn't says Quez needs more target. Trust me. I know Quez Watkins would have been a 1,000-yard receiver this year. I agree 100%. Would have been a 1,000-yard receiver. I agree. Deshaun Palmer says he hasn't done anything. Quez is a solid player. I think Quez is very solid. Yeah, Warren says he can't handle criticism. That's definitely true. He can't. He really can't. Sucks. So here is rumors out of the draft from Tony Pauline. So rumors, Kyle Hamilton is falling down teams' draft boards and could fall out of the top 10, which I think we heard recently. Too, that he's dropping. I think it came down. Maybe it was his combine. I heard his combine wasn't great. I didn't watch him at his combine. So I heard the numbers weren't really that good for him. Should be interesting. Zaire says, I kind of like Pascal for a veteran presence. He hasn't been in the league very long, and he worked very hard to become a reliable receiver. Yeah, no, I mean, he worked his tail off. He did. under Nick Sirianni as being the coordinator for the Colts, he had 600 to 700 yard seasons for 2 years with Sirianni. So I guess he knows how to use him. He's a big body type receiver, and you can use him on the inside or outside. So, I mean, I don't dislike that signing. I just don't think it was like a big changer, a big game changer for the offense. That's all. I think our receiver core got better with him being there, but when are they going to use him? How they're going to use him? I don't know. Are they going to use him mostly on the inside? He's very reliable. Can Jalen Hurts get him the ball? It's a big body that he can get the ball from him. So we'll see. We'll see what he brings to the table. Serge Dub said, like and sub my guy, Joey Channel. Really awesome guy. I appreciate it, Sixers Dub. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're going to be streaming every single day until the draft. I mean, I promised you guys since free agency, we're going to stream every day. And we've been streaming pretty much every single day. It's been a lot of fun. We streamed last night just because I had a lot of stuff to do yesterday. But it's going to be we're going to do like an hour and 30-minute stream today. So nothing crazy long today. I'm going to have a video out for tomorrow. I'll have a video out for tomorrow, maybe a couple vids for tomorrow and another stream. So we'll be ready. We'll be good to go. So he bombed the combine. Mon says Hamilton ran a 4.56. That's not bad. Yeah, he's a big guy. Was he 6'2", 6'3", like over 220 pounds? Oh, he's 6'4". Isn't he 6'4", 220 pounds? Kiko says, Joey, how long you been live already? For an hour and 16 minutes. We're going to be probably ending like an hour and 30 probably today. I have to get a video done for tomorrow, and then I got another channel membership for tomorrow, and then I got some stuff to do today. So Kiko said, did you see the Panthers are looking to trade down from 6? I've seen that. I've seen it. Justin says Hamilton is falling because of his 40. Some people just want a fast guy. He's an elite talent. I think he goes before we pick because he's really good. But we'll see. We'll see if how he drops. Show us to Joey, you and 500 streaming draft night. We are streaming all 3 nights together. Or all 3 days together. So we will be streaming draft night together. We'll be streaming from both channels. So definitely give both channels a lot of love. So we're gonna be it's gonna be busy. You'll be busy. Sixer says having Pascal is like when we had Alshon Jeffrey. I just hope we actually get him to show what we can really do. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, no, we're pumped. Me and Philly 500 have been talking pretty much every day about it. We're like excited, so excited about it. We really enjoyed it last year. Like we kind of hooked up for the draft. We kind of streamed the draft together last year, and this was before we had the podcast. We kind of streamed together and said, you know what? Let's stream together. Screw it. You know what I mean? I was on his channel for a few days, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed myself. So this year, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be crazy. Johnson, I hope Howie doesn't sell. Mo says Booth and Lloyd is who I want them to draft. Who that dude says Saints contact 49ers today about Debo per sources. Really? Darius says Pascal is just a great replacement for JJ. We just need to replace Rager with Olave, replace Ertz with Rucker, and then we'd have a great offense. I'm not really worried about drafting a tight end like early this year, early in the mid. I mean, I don't even know what they're going to do at the number 2 time position with. You have Jack Stahl. You got Tyree Jackson, which really sucked. He had an ACL injury last year because it was his first year playing tight end at 6'7". I mean, if this guy can catch consistently, I mean, hopefully he can be good. But I don't know what they're doing. Are they going to bring Richard Rodgers back for another year? I have no idea. I'm starting to get the feeling that the Eagles draft Corral. I really hope not. If it's in the 3rd round, I don't care. Like if they went after Carson Strong in the 3rd round, I really wouldn't even care at this point. Just said, what round do you think they go linebacker, 6th or 7th round? Linebacker, probably. They drafted 2 linebackers last year, 6th and 7th round. They could do it again. He says, think Eagles pull the trigger at 6 too high. Maybe a trade with Gardner Minshew and a couple picks. I think that's more realistic. I think because Carolina needs a quarterback badly, and I think Minshew is only going to cost a little bit over $900,000 for the year. You know what I mean? So, Morgan said, what do you think of getting a guy on the line second, like against Sanders or Drake Jackson, so we can get a safety and receiver in the first? Maybe. I mean, look, I think they're going to do that regardless. I think they're going to get a receiver in the first, just because they passed on a lot of receivers because of this market, and I don't blame them for doing it, but. Ron says, how is Dallas going to move up? What draft capital do they even? I don't even know what they have, to be honest. Tight end in the fifth, or not third or fourth. Yeah, I could probably see that. I don't see that. I don't see them going too early for a. I don't see them going too early for a tight end. Definitely not. Nick says, say your closing phrase slower. I've been wondering what you say. Oh, my closing phrase slower. I think it's oh my god, it's weird because I say it so fast every time. Shake squad up, file. I just it's weird because I usually say at the end really fast, so it's so weird. So weird, bro. It's so weird. I'm gonna say it slow at the end of the stream. I think it's shake squad up, fly goes fly. Peace out, guys. I mean, that's pretty much what I've been saying. I just say it so fast now. It's kind of ridiculous. But Eagles fan says Corral is way better than Johnny Manziel. Ziggler said Pickett is the best QB. Pickett is the best QB in this draft. Shonuff says Will Mallory, tight end from the U, is a baller. He'll be there in the fourth. Interesting to see what they do. Deebo Samuel seeking contract extension worth up to $25 per year. Should the 49ers give Deebo the money? Interesting. Damn. Let's see. Nick says, "Oh, that makes sense. Thanks." No, you're good. You're good. Who that dude said Pickett and Willis are the best QBs. I think Pickett. I think Pickett could play for what they are. I think Pickett could. I don't know. It's weird. I think Malik Willis has more of a ceiling than Pickett does. He's already got the arm, at the athleticism. Robbie says in today's second or third time they've met with Corral, he mentioned how impressed he was at No Care before today. A visit. Jesus Christ. I hope the hell not. It sucks to when you're a content creator that goes over all these things that could happen in the draft, and just for them to pick a quarterback is probably the crappiest feeling that I'll feel out of this whole thing. Maxwell says, just join the stream. What's we talk about? Nothing really, just the draft in general. And Steven Nelson signed a 2-year deal with the Texans. So at this point, Eagles could be going for a cornerback. Josh said Kirby Pickett, at least he could throw. Paul says Pickett is the fourth best QB in this draft class behind Corral. Riddler, Howell have been higher ceilings than Pickett. Corral's like 5'11". The Steelers have kept an open line of communication with Tyrann Mathieu. Jesus Christ. I want this to be over with. Just like the Deshaun Watson crap that never ended, I really want this to be over with Tyrann Mathieu. It's every day. Every day it's just crazy. So the Pickett's the more NFL ready QB out of, but yeah, I agree with that. I think he's more NFL ready right now, and I think Willis has the more I think Willis has the higher ceiling, though, down the road. Mitch says they only get one pre-draft meeting per player. Corral is getting no more love than anyone else. Paul said Corral is seeing the real desires of Serrano Panucci per my source also inside the bank lobby, so it's looking like he's settling in. Jesse says, I believe 2 of these QBs will be good in the NFL. It's all about development and where they land, and organizations are not places where there are franchise guys. Yeah. I mean, yeah, coaching is probably the number one thing, obviously. That's going to be the most important thing out of this whole thing. 3 Cup said, if Matthew could do sign here, it's going to be such a letdown now. I don't even care anymore. Rather just draft and start a rookie. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really focused on the Tyrann Mathieu stuff too much. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I mean? Paul says Corral goes about 6'1", 214 up to 205 from last September. Yo, Broderick, what's going on, man? So you don't think the Honey Badger's waiting to see what? Oh, no, it could be an after the draft move. It could be. It could be an after the draft move, but I think what's going to be bad for him if he waits after the draft, he might get less money. he might get more money now. If he waits after the draft, he might get less money. So he'll get a guaranteed starting spot somewhere, but he'll get less money after the draft. I think it just comes down to money. So if he wants more money, you should probably sign before the draft somewhere. NJ says, who said Corral's 5'11"? Why do you even talk football if you have no idea? Someone said that. I didn't say that, unless you're talking to somebody else, because I don't know. Justin says, all I'm hoping for is Ojabo falls to the third round Eagles. Oh, yeah, if he falls to the third, I think the Eagles should definitely get him, because I think he's just added to this defensive line. I think he's going to be fantastic. Warren's a perfect draft for me. It's Davis, Wilson, Alum, Brisker in the second all day, 1 starters. Oh, I got you. NJ. Yeah. I was like 5. I thought he was taller than 5'11". No, you're good, bro. You're good, man. It happens. Yeah, I get it, bro. Trust me. I sometimes I hear from some people with certain trades, or like they talk about certain players in a real horrible way, and it's like the total opposite of what's going on. So I definitely get it. 100%. Let's see. Max says, "Where's Ojabo supposed to be head?" I mean, I don't healed by an Achilles injury. He's probably not going to be good until like middle of the season. I mean, I don't know. He'll probably be back by probably not middle of the season. He'll probably be back. What, 6 to? I don't know. It's a 6 to 9 month, or 6 to 8 months, 9 month recovery. It just depends. Like, it just depends on his rehab. Really, he could be back by I don't know, the first month of the season. He could be back by the first game, maybe. We have easy money. The fucking that loves Corral. Loves Corral. I like Golden Corral. Great place. Ojabo. I think he'll somewhat play sometime this year. I think, but often Achilles it just depends, man. It just depends. Robert said if the Eagles do go QB in the first of this draft, they do they trade that first next year for one of the receivers? They could. I mean, they could if they want. I don't want to think about that, bro. I'll be so pissed off. Joey, what's your favorite food? Pizza. I love pizza. I can eat pizza every day. I can eat pizza hot. I can eat pizza cold. I love like every kind of pizza. I'm in New York, so I know the pizza spots around here. So if you guys want to head over to New York and meet up with me, I can take you to the best pizza spots around. Josh says Howie vision can only be understood while on shrooms. And he said, what's worse than us not signing Honey Badger yet? Me having no taste or smell, and my wife making sausage and peppers tonight. You know what? Food does cure things like that. It really does. I really want Jordan Davis in the first. Sixers, I agree. Man. Toro said Dr. Pepe's going to heal Ojabo with some witch doctor techniques. Oh my God, that Dr. Pepe thing in the draft last year. Because what's going to happen is like me and Philly 500 we'll stream the draft, but we stream for so long that our brains are going to be so fried, and we're just going to lose it. Robbie says, Joey, I'm preparing for you and 500 to be upset this draft, having a bad feeling for you both. Dude, it might happen, man. I don't know, man. I hope it doesn't. In all honesty, dude, like you know what? Like I said before, like as a content creator that tries to like, I try to think of like the positive things that what could happen, the more than the negative. But if that happens, between all the work that is done to like get an actual weapon here or to get somebody defensively, it's gonna suck, dude. If they do that, it's gonna really suck. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good at all. We're gonna go for another minute. We're hitting the 129 mark, an hour 29 mark. But definitely, we had a good time today, guys. Good time today. Ronald says 15 Jordan Davis, 18 Kyer Alam. I like it. I do like it. Zary says Joey shakes how he's taking a cornerback and receiver in the first. I promise you. I hope they do. Like, I'd be shocked if they did. I'd be really shocked if they don't go trenches in the first round. I'd be shocked. I don't know. I'd be kind of shocked. NJ says, I do Sixers a drink every night, eat a lot of pizza, fall asleep in Reese's wrappers on my lap. Eric said, who is one guy you don't want in the draft in the first round? A quarterback. I mean, a quarterback is probably number one. Like, I'd take anybody over a quarterback. They can go get a defensive tackle. They can get a corner. I mean, I don't want them to draft Drake London. I think that's probably one that I'm worried about, too. That's another Howie move. Yo, Arcade, what's going on, man? Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're going to be ending in like a minute, like less than a minute. Paul said Honey Badger wants to play for his hometown team, which is the Saints. Sixes Dove says, I feel bad for people who get strip clubs to eat their burgers and fries titties and tater tots don't mix. Bont says all the good D linemen are going top 10. Maxwell said Drake London and JJ Ortega Whiteside 2.0. It's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be real interesting. See what happens here. Interesting. But all right, guys, you guys have a fantastic day. We'll have a video out tomorrow, another stream tomorrow around this time, same time as usual, between 11 to like 1 in the afternoon, something like that. So we'll be ready for tomorrow. You guys haven't subscribed, 158 still in the chat. Much love to everybody that's in here. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't. Definitely hit the subscribe button. Like the stream if you guys haven't. It does help the channel a lot. Check out the memberships for extra content. Just put out another membership on Breece Hall, the running back from Iowa State today. So definitely check that out, and I'll have more channel memberships this week. So that's it. We'll be back. Suo, sorry, man. Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, man. We'll be back tomorrow, man. I'm sorry we're ending and you're just getting off work. So all right, guys. You guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you on the next one tomorrow. All right, Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys.